past month now, I've been using the new Insta360 Flow as my main travel gimbal. The Flow is Insta360's first attempt at an AI tracking stabilizer that has everything it needs to take your videos to the next level, built right in, and it's ready to go in a twist. The Flow features a lightweight portable design, a built-in selfie stick, a clever tripod hidden in the handle, a cold shoe mount on the arm for your mic, a smart control wheel with touch controls, up to 12 hours of battery life, the ability to be used as a battery bank for your phone, and some incredible AI and software features thanks to the Insta360 app. The Insta360 app lets you do things like enable that AI tracking, change settings, gesture controls, and even edit all your footage together with just a few taps. The Flow here is a gimbal that can do a whole lot more than just stabilize your footage. I recently took the Flow on a road trip from Albuquerque to Houston, and I was surprised by how awesome of a travel companion this gimbal turned out to be. I've used many smartphone gimbals over the years, but this one just feels different. Everything about it just feels so quick, natural, and well thought out. Before we continue on, I wanted to share with you guys a little reel that I shot with my iPhone 14 Pro and the Insta360 Flow from my trip. After that, we're going to rewind to a quick unboxing and carry on with this review. Sound like a plan? Let's go in 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, this gimbal delivers some incredible results with my iPhone 14 Pro. I mostly had it on the auto setting when I was filming, and that pretty much takes away the thought of any kind of setup. You just put your phone in the grip, twist open the handle, and you're ready to go. It is very convenient, especially when you're out and about traveling. So now it's unboxing time. When you first get this gimbal, as with all Insta360 products, the packaging is really nice. In the box, you'll find the gimbal itself loaded with instructional stickers, the magnetic phone mount, a USB charging cable, some documentation, a rubber grip for the handle, and a cloth carrying case. Getting into the flow of things, no pun intended, is super easy. Like I mentioned earlier, you just put your phone in the grip, attach it to the gimbal, unfold the handle, and you're ready to start filming. For controls, there's a joystick up front, a trigger around back, a touch control pad around the joystick for changing settings, and a wheel around all of that for zooming. What's neat about the design of the Flow is that Insta360 put most of the electronics in the arm of this gimbal, so that freed up space in the handle and allowed them to fit a tripod inside. This is a very clever design decision because not only is it super helpful, but you don't need to carry around a separate tripod. It's one less thing for you to worry about carrying. There's also a cold shoe mount on the arm to mount a microphone or an accessory if you'd like. You can also buy custom inserts for the arm so you can cover the electronics and customize things a bit. Insta360 went above and beyond to try something different with this gimbal, and I love it. It's familiar yet so different than anything else out there. When you pick the Flow up in your hand for the first time, it is so easy to see that this is a very well thought out gimbal. As far as ergonomics and handling goes, the Flow is incredible. This gimbal is smaller and lighter than most out there, so that of course makes it easier to carry and travel around with. This is a gimbal that can easily be folded and slipped right into your pocket or a small sling bag when you're done using it. When you're filming, it feels natural to hold in your hand. Pairing it with the included rubber handle grip gives it even better comfort and better grip. It's especially useful when you're using this gimbal for long periods of time. I also found the controls here to be intuitive and easy to use. My one complaint is with the touch controls on the wheel. They can be a bit finicky and they do take some getting used to, but once you get a hang of that motion, changing settings is pretty straightforward. Another thing that's nice about this gimbal is the battery life. It's really good. Insta360 rates the Flow at 12 hours of runtime, but it feels a lot longer than that when you're using it. Every time you need it, you can be confident that it'll be powered up and ready to go. This long battery life is also good because, as I mentioned before, the Flow can double as an external battery for your phone. I wouldn't rely on it over a dedicated external battery, but when you're in a pinch and you need to charge up your phone a bit, this works really well. It's a handy feature to have, especially since you're going to be using the power-hungry cameras all the time. Next Next, let's move on to talking about the Insta360 app and the AI tracking features. If you own or have used any Insta360 camera before, then you're already likely familiar with this amazing app. Here, you're able to quickly change your recording settings, enable gesture controls, and even edit your footage together. First, let's dive into the gesture controls and the AI tracking. Once you enable gesture controls, you simply have your subject hold up a hand, and within a few seconds, the software will lock onto the subject, start tracking it, and recording it. Insta360 uses its next-gen algorithm here called Deep Track 3.0 to track subjects, and I was blown away by how accurate it is. No matter how quickly or far away I moved from the gimbal, it stayed locked on and kept me centered and in frame. It is very impressive. I tried this by myself with the selfie camera on my iPhone 14 Pro, and it worked incredibly well. Of course, you're able to do this with the outer cameras as well and track the subjects that you're filming. You can also take advantage of these AI tracking features in other apps like FaceTime, Zoom, etc. when you're using the flow. What's really cool though is that even if the subject dashes, falls out of the frame, or walks behind a short wall or pole or something like that, the gimbal will recover and automatically jump back to tracking the subject. This AI stuff is a lot more than a gimmick. It is very helpful and it is very impressive stuff. Another cool feature in the app are the editing tools. Again, if you've used an Insta360 camera before, then you're going to be familiar with the tools here. In the app, you can select all your footage to put together a shareable video in just a few taps. There are also a solid amount of templates and tools built in to trim clips, add filters, change templates, and there's even a decently sized library of royalty-free music. Most of the time, what the app generates by itself is pretty good, but you do have some flexibility to change things to your liking. What you're seeing right now is footage from my trip edited together by the Insta360 app. I didn't make any tweaks or changes to it. This is straight from the app. I think it came out surprisingly good. Like, this is a video that I would share on my Twitter or Instagram. It is great stuff. Insta360 never ceases to amaze me with its software, and they did not hold back with the flow here. At the end of the day, I think it's safe to say that Insta360 knocked it out of the park with the flow. This is an impressive debut gimbal from Insta360 that has become my go-to travel gimbal for a number of reasons, mostly though because it is super easy to use, it has a small footprint, and it delivers amazing results. It's very similar yet so different than any other gimbal out there. Its ultra portable design paired with long battery life, fantastic performance, and incredible software offerings make this a super easy gimbal for me to recommend to anyone looking to take their smartphone footage to the next level. If you shoot a lot of video with your phone like I do, this thing should definitely be at the top of your list. So that's about all I got for this video, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did and you liked what you saw, you know the drill. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it always helps out the channel. Also, don't forget to follow at Raymond Strazdas on Twitter and Instagram for much more. Until the next one, I will catch you guys later. Peace!